It was in 1964, after a heavy rainstorm, that local villagers by accident discovered the many images that would later be named the Prakhon Chai Hoard. It consisted of more than 300 Buddhist bronze statuettes wrapped in cloth. The discovery was made after the storm uncovered an underground chamber at a small, deserted brick temple dated to the 7th century CE. This makes this the largest find of Buddhist images at one time in Southeast Asia. Today, these images are spread out all over the world in museums and private collections. Now, we can of course not look at all 300 images for the hoard. We don't even know where they all are, but that story is for a separate video. But a few of the statuettes can give us an understanding as to the style for the images of this hoard. Firstly, we have images of the Bodhisattva Maitreya, also known as the future Buddha. He is considered to be the 5th and final Buddha of our time. In Buddhist tradition, Maitreya waits in to see to heaven to come to earth, reach enlightenment, and then preach the Dharma or law. But until this time, he remains a Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva Maitreya can be identified by the small stupa or chaitya at the front of his hair arrangement on top of his head. For the Maitreya of the Prakhon Chai hoard, we see a few different styles of stupas. A stupa is a hemispherical structure that contains relics, such as remains of the Buddha. While there is a general style similarity between these statuettes, such as in the mode of dress and how the lower garment is tied, there is still some individuality in the depiction of the stupas. The stupa isn't the only iconographic symbol that is associated with Maitreya. From his earliest origins in Gandhara, he is seen holding a vessel or vase in his hand. For these statuettes, we don't have many of the iconographic symbols intact, as the hands may be missing or now empty. This is often due to the ravages of time or damage when being unearthed or transported to private buyers. This image, also from the Prakhon Chai hoard, represents the Bodhisattva Avalokiteśvara. At the front of the hair is a Buddha figure seated in meditation. This figure alone is enough for us to identify the statue as Avalokiteśvara. The Buddha figure depicts the Buddha Amitabha, who is considered the spiritual father of Avalokiteśvara. Avalokiteśvara is synonymous with compassion, as he took the Bodhisattva vow not to accept nirvana until all sentient beings have first been released from this world of suffering, often referred to as dukkha within Buddhism. This hoard gives us some insight into the type of Buddhism that was practiced in the area around Prakhon Chai more than 1,000 years ago. Clearly, bodhisattvas were of importance at the time, considering the number of bodhisattva statuettes within the 300 images. This type of Buddhism that includes bodhisattvas is often referred to as Mahayana Buddhism. It should be noted that the hundreds of sculptures in the Prakhon Chai hoard that were unearthed at Plai Bat Hill in 1964 were removed from Thailand soon after the discovery. They were put on sale by major Western art dealers, and as seen in the slides above, individual statuettes are now in a variety of art museums.